Hi, I apologize for the fuzziness of the video, but it's very early, 6 a.m. I was up at 3 a.m. actually, and I was going to do a review of a film I saw yesterday um, that I posted on my Facebook page, and I'm still sort of like it's still going through my head, and that's always a good sign of a great film. Um, when it goes through your head and you are trying to um, make sense of it, I guess, which I love. Um, I think I've said so many times about how I feel, especially with American films, that we're sort of spoon fed this beginning, middle, end cohesive style, and this film has that beginning, middle, and end, but not really, um, uh, because it leaves so many chapters or doors open. And the film is Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, which came out last year. I didn't get to see the Oscars, which is like really very unusual for me because I'm always usually like watching the Oscars. But I didn't watch it that year because I hadn't seen hardly any of the films nominated. I've come to see some of them, like They Call Me by My Name, I think it was called, and I Tanya and stuff. But three uh, three billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri, by Martin McDonough. I think that's how you pronounce his last name, who wrote and directed it, came out last year as well. And it won Best Actress for Frances McDormand, and it won Best Supporting Actor for Sam Rockwell. And I think it won Best Picture for the drama in the Golden Globes, but I don't. I think Best Picture for the Oscars went to The Shape of Water, which is another film I want to see. But in talking about uh, funerals, funerals, three billboards. I was thinking about three weddings and a funeral or whatever. Three billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri is a. I know I read in a review it was a dark comedy. I don't, or maybe a dark drama, and I don't see either. I don't see either of those. I guess it's dark. Of course, it's dark. I mean, the theme, the story is dark. Let's put it that way, because it is a story about a woman, Frances McDormand, Mildred Hayes, whose daughter was raped in Ebbing, Missouri, and and according to her, and her coming to grips with that grief, I suppose, is that she felt the police department has not done their job as far as finding out who killed her daughter. So, in a nutshell, she puts up these three billboards um, that sort of like what I love about that. I love that idea of billboards to get across a message, and I love that the billboards that she put up were not some long, uh, detailed message billboards, or even that being a Bible believer that I am, that I don't believe she was, that they didn't even contain anything like verses or you know what I'm saying, like no phone number to call, no, you know what I'm saying. It was just these simple words, and I won't say what the words are because I want you to see the film. Um, and it causes quite a stir in the community. Obviously, the police department's upset because those billboards are directed at them, as far as like, what are you doing to find the uh, the rapist and murderer of my daughter? Uh, but, as Mildred says, um, believes regarding her daughter and the investigation that she doesn't believe is taking place to find the killer of her daughter. And so the story is about, wow, I can't even like. It's hard to review sometimes a film when you feel like you're not professional in a reviewer, and I'm not a professional reviewer, but at the same time, I'm usually always quick to kind of like pinpoint things about the film specifics. But this film has that sort of like mystery about it because it's so much more than obviously a woman who puts up three billboards, whatever. You know, I mean, it just goes so into so many areas of humanity and grief and coming to terms and trying not to smile because there's nothing funny about it. But the first thing I want to just talk about first off is Frances McDormand. Most of y'all might know her from Fargo, when she also won an Academy Award for that film as well as Three Billboards. And she was great in Fargo. She was brilliant. But in this film, she was phenomenal. And in what she does in that film is what I have said over and over and over, not only about actors, but also about humans. The people that I'm drawn to are people that can hold two different states, opposing states of um, of being. And the best way to describe Frances McDormand's character, and it's funny because I was talking to my mom about this yesterday, is that she's hard, rough, and tough. And those words actually came out of my mouth yesterday in relating a story I was telling my mom. And that's, like I said, it's the best way to describe her character, Mildred Hayes. And yet, Frances McDormand holds that, and at the same time, she holds vulnerability and grief. And as a viewer, how privileged are we to watch an actress do that? Because that is the human condition, in my opinion, to be able to hold both of those things, sometimes at the same time. And she does that. Her performance is phenomenal. I know I reviewed I, Tonya and went on and on about Margot Robbie, who was nominated for Best Actress, and she was certainly deserving of being in that category. But I think I had mentioned that Frances McDormand had won, but I hadn't seen her performance in Three Billboards at that time. But they picked the right one. She was worthy of it. And Sam Rockwell, who plays Officer Dixon, is brilliant in the film. Brilliant performance, and he won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar. Can't think of anybody that could have done. I didn't see any other. I don't even know what the other nominees are, but he was so brilliant. But not but and so what this film does for us, I guess, as viewers, is it shows someone on a mission to do justice, however she sees that fit. And we also watch characters like her and Officer Dixon, Sam Rockwell, and even Woody Harrelson's character, Chief Willoughby or whatever. And we see them, these characters, and once again, this is a word I love, trajectory. We see them go through a trajectory with their characters. They go from one place to another. And that's always, to me, another really good indicator of a great performance and a great character. And they all three of them go through that. But what Frances McDormand as Mildred and Sam Rockwell as Officer Dixon, their trajectory is so profound. And so I don't want to give too much away in the film, but I love the ending of the film. I didn't know where it was going. Once again, another thing I love in a film, I don't want to know where it's going until the credits are rolling. And I thought I knew where it might end, but it didn't end there. And then I thought, oh, here's the ending coming. Didn't end there. Kept going and kept going. And then when I thought, like, that's got to be the end. And then, sure enough, it was, but I just guessed. And I love that. I love how I love, as a viewer, that I get a chance to say, guess when a film might end. And I think the way it ended was so brilliant, so brilliant. So, and then, like I said, Martin McDonough, I hope that's his last name pronunciation, who wrote and directed this film, it did an incredible job. I would, I can only dream to write that well. Um, I mean, I don't think directorial wise he did anything too spectacular except getting some amazing performances out of the film. But I know that his writing was pitch perfect. Um, so this is a film I highly recommend. I think somebody checked on Netflix and said it wasn't available, but I bought it. I actually bought it without even like I did the same thing with another film recently. I think it was called Lady Bird. I just bought it without even having seen the film because I had a good feel about it. And the other one was Lady Bird, and I didn't didn't like it as much as I thought it was. That was a real hyped up film last year. But with this one, boy, I'm glad I bought this one because I need it. This is one to have in my library collection because I want other people to see it and I want people to borrow it if they want to borrow it. And this is one to talk about. It really leaves you with so many questions. Once again, I talk about doubt being a film like that. This Three Billboards reminds me of that. And Frances McDormand is just amazing, amazing performance. And Sam Rockwell is amazing in it, and amazing. Ooh, I'm just gonna go on talking about amazing, like I'm all the vocabulary I have in my brain, and all I can come up with is amazing. Well, I guess so. I said three billboards up, back to Roger and Ebert when they used to review films, they would be thumbs up or two thumbs way up. So I was like three billboards way up, which they were, by the way. They were way up there, and there were only three. And four is my number, but three is also another one of my numbers. So this film is really great, great. It's, I think it's a masterpiece, really. Not no, I can't. No, it's not a masterpiece because it's not. It's not perfect, and no film is probably perfect per se. But some of the films I know come close, but I don't even think it falls into that far down the road. But it is a brilliant American film, and it is so worthy of a review and so worthy of your attention if you're so inclined. So that's my review of Three Billboards. Um, what did I call it? Three Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri. Thank you.